Hello Cozy Gamers and welcome back to the Cozy Gaming Club where we talk about all the latest and greatest cozy games. The cozy games just don't stop coming and July is looking even busier than June with 22 new cozy games confirmed already, including 1 week where we have 10 new cozy games releasing. Grab your hot drink and cozy up as we get started with the first of this month's cozy releases, Rivertales Stronger Together. You'll probably want to grab a player 2 for this first game, although it can be played in single player as well. Take control of a kitten named Furple and a fish named Finn, who became unexpected allies. As Finn is a fish, the entire game is played out along a river, which creates some really fun water-themed challenges for our cat friend who hates it. Carefully navigate the levels of this colourful cartoon platformer, avoiding obstacles and dangerous piranhas to make your way up the mountain and save Furple's family. This game looks so wonderfully wacky and it's coming to Nintendo Switch on the 4th of July. And we've got another cute animal game up next called Happy Sheepies. Happy Sheepies is a cute and relaxing sheep management game where you feed and take care of a flock of sheep. Grow and harvest crops to feed them, and by meeting the needs of your sheepies, they'll produce goods like milk and wool that you can sell. Use the money you earn to automate your sheep business, or by buying new machinery that you can use to craft new recipes and make even more money. Over time, your flock will grow with more sheep for you to care and look after, and helping you to craft and sell even more than before. Happy Sheepies looks like a cute and simple game and promises 10 hours of playtime, with over 150 different items to craft when it launches on the 8th of July on PC. Next up is a gardening game where you've been magically summoned by mysterious gnomes to restore a long-lost garden. Enter a magical world where you need to restore an arid wasteland and turn it into a lush garden. Build and expand your garden at your own pace, with complete creative freedom about what you create next. You can also create and preserve habitats for adorable critters who may come and live there. But each species has its own requirements to fulfill before they'll pay you a visit, so you'll have to carefully create the perfect habitat for them. And they may decide to leave in the future if you stop taking care of them. As you grow and maintain your garden, you'll also be able to upgrade your skills and unlock new items to add to it. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows in Horticular. Decay and corruption threaten your garden as well, and there's also a gardener competition for you to showcase your work as a horticulturist. With its enchanting visuals, relaxing gameplay, and magical secrets, Horticular is an absolute treat for garden enthusiasts and anyone looking for a cozy experience, when it launches on July 11th on PC. We have perhaps one of the strangest games I've ever seen before up next, with its trippy Alice in Wonderland theme, and honestly, I am kinda here for it. Make your way through your home, except nothing is as it looks during the day. Instead, a dreamlike environment has settled over your house, filling it with anthropomorphic creatures and objects straight out of a fairy tale. But while it may seem like a dream, your sister has gone missing, and it's down to you to find her and return things to normal. Together with a cute flame creature, you'll need to explore the rooms of your house and find out what caused this shift in reality in this cute pixel art world when it releases on Nintendo Switch on the 11th of July. And it's already out on PC if you want to give it a go, PC gamers. Enter the enchanting world of magical creatures and alchemy in this next game. After years of loneliness, you decide to pursue the lost knowledge of alchemy and build a scientific workshop from the ground up in The Last Alchemist. Take on the mantle of the last student of alchemy, working together with a civilization of cute mushroom creatures called the Agari to rebuild the observatory and lock the secrets of alchemy. Roam the world around your new home to find and identify plants that can be used to further your research. At the start, your encyclopedia will be empty, but over time you'll be able to research the world around you, experiment with essences from the resources you collect, and transform them into something wondrous. Or dangerous. There will be risks and failures, but you'll learn the rights and wrongs over time if you decide to play The Last Alchemist when it releases on PC on the 12th of July. If you're a fan of management games, then you'll want to pay attention to this next one, which has over 4,000 reviews on Steam and a 92% positive rating. From the studio that gave us My Time at Portia and My Time at Sandrock, Pet School challenges you to take on the role of headmaster and try your hand at running your own school. You'll be managing every aspect of school life, from the subjects your students study to what classes they're in, what students you'll accept, and which teachers you'll train. There are so many different aspects of this game to consider, and the choices you make can have a negative impact on your students and what you do. So it's important to create a balanced school environment where your students can learn and flourish. But can you do that? Find out when Let's School releases on July 15th on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. You can play this next game in either single player or multiplayer, but it looks like a beautiful and whimsical experience regardless of how you play. Take on the role of a shepherd in Flock. But instead of just sheep, you'll also be herding a group of quirky and colourful creatures that, in a way, look like a shoal of flying fish. Head out into the world to search these unusual creatures, exploring far and wide to find them and welcome them into your flock. As your flock grows and your sheep get woollier, you can shear them for wool, which you can use to create clothes like hats, mittens, and socks to customize your character. Can you collect all the different varieties, including the rare and elusive ones? Only time will tell if you play Flock, which launches on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Xbox Games Pass on July 16th. Who doesn't love a good witch game, especially when there's cooking involved too? Magical Delicacy is a wholesome cooking game where you play as Flora, who's just moved to a new town to fulfill her dreams of becoming a proper witch. Open up your own restaurant and start cooking magical delicacies from a range of ingredients that you can either grow yourself or source from around town. The town plays like a cozy platformer with multiple levels and areas for you to discover, and several adventurers and townsfolk to meet along the way, each with their own requests and favourite recipes for you to discover. With each sale you make, you can earn money to upgrade your shop and purchase new recipes and ingredients to experiment with. But behind the fun restaurant management, there's also a mysterious plot to uncover as well, revolving around a mysterious dragon egg. Magical Delicacy is another gorgeous pixel art game, and it's launching on July 16th on PC, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox. Collect over 300 types of mysterious yokai and add them to your team in Yaoling Mythical Journey. As a new Yaoling keeper, you'll be able to choose a new companion, before setting out into the bright and colourful land of the ancients to collect and evolve other Yaolings. But the game is about more than collecting creatures, as in the background a looming evil is spreading, and many Yaoling are succumbing to its corruption. Together with your Yaolings, you could be the only one to stop it. I love this unique take on Pokemon. The world looks so magical, and there are so many different Yaoling to collect. Some of which look cute, and some of which look a little terrifying. You'll also be able to put them to work, whether that's to assist you in battles, going fishing, or building and upgrading your home base. Like Pokemon, this game does have combat though, if that's a deal breaker. You'll battle wild Yaoling when you encounter them, other yokai keepers, and there are even 14 Yaoling schools to beat as well. If you want to give it a try, it'll be launching on the 16th of July in early access on PC. Is this the first puzzle game on this list? I think so, and it looks so creative and unique as well. Play as a SCHiM, which is the soul and spirit of an object, thing, or living being. Everything in the world has one, and they should never be separated from their thing. But that's exactly what happens in SCHiM. After getting separated from its human, you need to race your way through a world of bright light and shadows to try and catch up and reunite with them. Jump from shadow to shadow across a number of different levels, each with their own stories and scenery to discover. It may sound simple enough, but when vehicles start moving and humans start walking, the shadows do too, which adds a whole new complexity to the game. It's such an interesting concept, and I'm really interested to see how it plays out when SCHiM releases on the 18th of July on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. This next game also looks a little combat heavy, but between the beautiful artwork and the puzzle elements, I'm intrigued. Play as Louisa, a burnt-out law trainee, taking a break from her fast-paced corporate life to go on holiday to Hinterberg, a ski village in Austria. Meet the locals, check out the sights, and maybe you'll stumble across one of the dungeons of Hinterberg to explore. But it won't be simple. The dungeons are filled with monsters, and your sword and magic skills are essential for keeping them at bay. Who knows, maybe you can slay all of the monsters and become a Master Slayer. Find out for yourself when Dungeons of Hinterberg releases on PC, Xbox, and Xbox Games Pass on 18th of July. And now we're on to one of the busiest weeks I've seen for cozy games in a while, with 10 new cozy releases. Personally, I've never heard of the Denpa series, but I saw this new game in the latest Nintendo Direct, and it looks so wacky and wonderful. Capture and collect small humanoid creatures that live in radio waves. They're kinda like Mii's crossed with Pikmin, and once you've found and captured them, you can add them to your party and go on adventures together. Find treasure, take part in battles, and it looks like there's so many other things to get up to as well. The trailer doesn't give much away, but you can find out for yourself when New Denpa launches for free on Nintendo Switch on July 22nd. Help an adorable robot in this next game, but the sad part is that they've got an issue with their sight and can't see properly. Return to the nostalgia of your childhood and play through several levels where you need to spot the difference between two almost identical scenes to help our little robot complete its journey. Explore cute manifold worlds, uncovering all the differences and the truth about how the little robot got here in the first place. The art style in this game is so bright and colourful and filled with so many cute creatures, which is great because you're going to be staring at it a lot. See if you can find all of the differences when Broken Lens releases on PC on the 22nd of July. Next up is a game that I am incredibly excited for because it's being described as a cross between Stardew Valley meets Pokemon by the developers. Magica claims to combine the best of JRPG, farming, and monster taming genres with life sim elements, and that just sounds like the perfect game to me. Welcome to Clovertown, home to your new homestead where you'll be hatching and raising cute blob creatures in this new life sim. These blobs come in a variety of different colours, each with their own abilities, and you can breed them together to unlock new varieties. Put your blobs to work by training them up to help around the farm, or take them to battle against wild blobs and other blob trainers. By exploring the wilds, you can find blob eggs, which you can take home to hatch and discover even more blobs. With a town full of residents to befriend, dungeons to explore, and a homestead to look after, it sounds like there'll be a lot to do in Magica when it releases into early access on PC on July 23rd. Adopt a virtual pet that will live on your desktop in this next game that combines relaxing pet management with productivity. In Weyrdlets, after you've hatched your pet, you'll need to take care of them, just like in real life. Pet feed and play with your companion to keep them happy, and then bring your pet onto the desktop to roam around while you're watching videos or studying. When you're away, your pet will keep itself busy by digging for loot that can be used to buy decorations, clothing, and snacks to keep your pet happy. Use your decorations to customize your home and also dress up your pet. And did I mention productivity? Weyrdlets comes with built-in productivity tools like a Pomodoro timer, notification system, and a to-do list to keep you busy while your companion keeps you company. It's launching on the 23rd of July on PC. This next game is perfect for artistic gamers. In the relaxing painting game Ete, you spend a summer abroad in Montreal. Ete is a beautiful game made up of a gorgeous watercolour world that you'll get to explore. Armed with your paintbrush, you can transform this bleak city canvas by filling it with colour and bringing it to life. As you travel through the city, you can leave your artistic mark on every corner of the cobbled streets. Everything you paint is added to your album, filling it with images that you can use to create your own artwork. And when it comes to painting, any of these images from your album can be added to your composition, moved, resized, and recolored to create beautiful artwork. Along the way, you'll also meet NPCs who can commission and purchase your artwork, and you can discover new pigments hidden around the city. So grab your palette and get ready to paint your own masterpiece when Ete releases on the 23rd of July on PC. Inspired by Coffee Talk, this next game is a visual novel where players take on the role of a ramen stall owner who works late with his apprentice. Work together to run the best ramen stand, feeding your customers and chatting to them to help solve their problems. But making ramen is not as easy as it sounds. Every customer has their own preference, from the types of broth and noodles to the different toppings and seasonings that you'll have to perfect. Besides serving your customers their favourite meal, Besides serving your customers their favourite meals, try to have a conversation with them and help them to resolve the challenges they face. Beneath the ramen and the smiles, you also have your own secrets to deal with as well. That'll be uncovered as the story progresses. Midnight Ramen is a story-rich tale that's releasing on PC on the 24th of July. Uncover a family mystery and solve the secret behind your mother's disappearance in this cozy photography game. Explore a beautiful hand-drawn world through the lens of Day's camera, as he recreates photos that let him get a glimpse into her past. When Day was younger, his mother would send him letters from her travels, which always included a beautiful picture of the places she went. But one day, Day notices something strange in the photos that threatens to overturn everything he's ever believed in. With the guidance of his mother's voice ringing from deep within his heart, he takes the first step on a journey to discover the truth of his mother's absence. By recreating the old photos, you can find out the truth about his mother's disappearance by following in her footsteps. On July 24th, when the star-named EOS releases on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. I recently played Little Known Galaxy, and now I've got a taste for space farming sims. So it's a good thing that Farlands is coming out soon on July 24th. In Farlands, you've just impulse bought your own planet for a bargain price. The time has come to leave your hectic, stressful life behind in the hopes of finding a more rewarding life beyond the stars. With little more than your worn-out ship and your personal assistance droid, you decide to embark on a new phase of your life in a lost corner of the galaxy. But there's a lot of work to be done here, and you'll need to transform this previously abandoned planet into a thriving homestead. While you're at it, why not explore more of the galaxy and visit other planets to collect valuable resources for your farm, and meet some of the people who still live out here so far from civilization. And maybe you'll even uncover the mystery of why your planet was so cheap in the first place, when Farlands releases into early access on PC on July 24th. This next game is new to me, but it looks really sweet. In Finding Mosey, you're out on a relaxing camping trip with your pet cat, when one day you wake up to discover that your cat has gone missing. So you decide to set out on a quest to find them. Explore an open world traveling from location to location to see if you can see any clues about your lost kitty. Just looking at the trailer, this world looks so vast and impressive, and there are lots of places to explore. It looks like you can also find other cats on your journey as well and enlist them to help you find Mosey. But there may be more to their disappearance than there first appears. I will say that it looks like there is a bit of combat in this one as well, but the Steam page does say you can sneak around and you determine how destructive or peaceful your search is yourself. If you want to help find Mosey, then make sure to pick this up when it releases on PC on July 25th. You know I love unique puzzle games, and this one looks so different. Imagine one of those sliding puzzles, crossed with a Rubik's Cube, and that is kind of what we're dealing with here. Each column and row is its own strip of tiles that move together, creating a brain-teasing puzzle world that you've got to solve one step at a time. It's so interesting to see how moving each tile affects the world around it as well, from characters getting annoyed at her moving them around, to the environment changing around her too. The combat is especially interesting as you take a sword to the enemies or push them off the map or into other objects. I can see this one being really tricky, but besides the puzzles, there's also a story of Gemma to uncover as well. A small town misfit who sets out on a journey to try and find her place in the world. I'm definitely intrigued by this one, and the art style is wonderful. It'll be launching on July 25th on PC, Switch, PlayStation, and mobile via Netflix if you're also intrigued by it. Finally, I'm a big fan of Cozy Grove, and this one gives me real Cozy Grove vibes, but with co-op. I've been so excited for the garden path to release, and I actually backed it on Kickstarter because I love the concept so much. Escape the hustle and bustle and discover a secret garden in this charming slice of life, where a cast of vegetables are your best friends. There's a whimsical story to discover as well, but the game's greatest reward comes from finding peace in the simple things. Like Cozy Grove, the garden path is designed to be played in short bursts across multiple days, and has real-time progression while you're away. So grab your gardening gloves, slip on your overalls, and get ready to cultivate a world of joy in the Garden Path when it launches on PC and Switch on July 30th. Those are the 22 cozy games I found releasing in July. But if there's something I missed, then let me and my community know in the comments. And let me know if you're going to pick one of these up. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!